It is full of clones. Praying in my own piece of my own beast. I will not lose. When it's child, but Buddha can't be without a sponsor. Never selling on a mic, I'm a monster. Incorporated within the beats, I got skills. And I got made in no tracks, you better run for the hills. Run for the W, from the close city when they rather been a captain. Better with the material, better with the flows. I'm a kid freestyler, you never rather been a flow. I can rap over any instrumental, I'm versatile. When I'm on this ball, you remember that. I'm on the ground, just like the Black Panther.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about something a little weird here, but leading up to 2011, when I was made to believe I'd be murdered in my apartment the fourth Monday of January 2011, it was really bad. I was harassed ever since. It's totally weird. My mom and aunt's phone lines were disconnected in Jacksonville, Florida. I was up here in Philadelphia, living at 626 South 19th Street. Anyway, when I tried to call my mom, I got the disconnected jingle, so that added to the horror. And it makes you wonder, like, how far would people go to scare the shit out of someone? And I mean, whoa, I thought it was the last night of my life. And then to try to call your own mother is, and a lot of people try to call their parents, you know, and to get, we're sorry, the phone number has been disconnected, just adds to the horror tenfold. But it makes you wonder how orchestrated it was, because what are the odds, right? So anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the lead up, because every once in a while I talk about my experience on here, and sometimes I don't talk, but anyway, what I wanted to say was I had a bunch of clients. I was sort of transitioning in my career, and I took up dog walking as a temporary fix. I was actually going to move to the Pacific Northwest. I was very serious about this. I even visited someone in Seattle, Washington, Becky. I won't say her last name, and she was really positive. She's like, totally, if you come out here, we could totally room together, blah, blah, blah. So this is a long time ago, 2010. But anyway, I had a bunch of clients. And one of those clients, or, you know, two people who were partners in crime, right? Who were partners. I'll just say their names are like Steph and Meg. I'm just like, saying stuff. So anyway, they had two dogs, and I met them in the dog park. Over by Sager Run, and over time they were like, well, if you want to watch our dogs, blah, blah, blah. So it sort of developed as like a friendship, and also like they gave me business. And in December of 2010, they asked me to do a bunch of overnights for them. I wound up living like zigzag 2.5 blocks away from them. So a whole series of things went on, and I wound up in an apartment that I didn't expect to wind up in. So in a way, I'm wondering how orchestrated or how set up I was prior to this. But anyway, in 2010, Christmas holiday of, I was doing overnights for these two people who I thought were pretty awesome people. Like, they seemed awesome. Every once in a while they were flaky or did something weird, but in general, everybody's human, so it's like, oh, whatever, So I was doing overnights for them, and it was kind of an odd schedule. So I was scheduled to come in, say like on a Friday, because one person of that partnership was going out to the Pacific Northwest, like Portland, Oregon, and the other one was going to her parents' house in, like, say Bethlehem or Allentown or similar, PA. And then the one who was going to her parents' house was going to come back to the house, spend like one night at the house where I was doing overnights, and then fly out to meet her partner. So say I was there on a Friday and Saturday night, and then Sunday night I wouldn't need to be in the house, and then I would return on Monday, while the partner then would fly out to the Pacific Northwest. So Meg would fly out late, so she spent a portion of the holiday with her parents, and then would meet her companion at the time. I don't know if they're married now. I think they're married. I'm not sure how many people create fake situations. What happened to me was too weird. I don't even know who's who. But anyway, I lost contact with them because I think they're part of a crazy making machine. So anyway, on the Friday and Saturday that I was there, I saw a little gift package from them. Had some chocolate in there and some other gifts. I was like, oh, that's totally awesome. I left the gift package up on the counter. I also was going through the house because I checked through the house, and I looked at one picture on the wall. I was like, oh my god, that's a totally awesome picture. it looked like Steph's family, and then with her partner Meg. So Steph seems to have a large family, and Meg was brought into the fold per se. So anyway, when I return on Monday after Meg was supposed to stay there one night, say on Sunday, I find all the pictures in the house turned around facing the wall. I also find my gift thrown away. Like, everything that was in the gift bag was thrown into the trash. I was like, that's weird. Like, I was a little bit freaked out. Like, I think they were setting me up for this kind of activity to go on for years to come, including being made to believe I'd be murdered in my apartment the fourth Monday of January 2011. So, anyway, I didn't know what to do. Go this way. Then make an RIDHT. So he knows who's following who. Okay. So I'll go this way. I have to listen to someone tell me what to do these days because of how bad it was. That's a fact. So anyway, when I found all my stuff, like the stuff thrown away that was like a gift to me, I texted the one who I was more like, I guess, compatible with in terms of communication. So the one who was already out in the Pacific Northwest, I was like, hey, you know, the one who didn't throw stuff away. I was like, hey Steph, you know, is there a reason Meg might have thrown it? Like, I don't know, you know, I'm not sure why she did this, but you know, so she tried to figure out why and blah, blah, blah. And then I just sort of had to get over it. But I was really hurt by that, and I was weirded out. And I wanted to bring that up because I think they were setting me up for the events to occur the fourth Monday of January 2011, when I was made to believe I'd be murdered in my apartment for a series of orchestrated events. I did think it would be the last night of my life, and of course I appreciate life a lot more, but that's a forced sort of perception, if you will. I already appreciated life, and I struggled and wanted to have, you know, more in life, like more of a support network, more friends, you know, that kind of thing. I was running at the time with a running group. I was volunteering with different clubs. I was in the dragon boat race. So it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything healthy or anything. And everybody appeared to be healthy, except for one person I met who was on a lot of prescription pills, but that's okay. I mean, I've been depressed and stuff like that in my life, so it wasn't like I held that against her as a person. I do today. That's somebody else named Heather. Anyway, I wanted to say that because there's a part 2 to the story. Meg was the roommate of someone who was shot and killed for his iPod, Mr. Zabel, Z-A-B-E-L, from Minnesota, back in like 2005 or 6. He worked at Starbucks late at night. He was going to go through a fellowship program to work at a public school in Philadelphia through the Philadelphia School District. And I find it interesting that she behaved this way as someone who experienced that earlier in her life, like 5 years earlier. So I'm wondering, what's up? Because she doesn't look that innocent, you know what I mean? So it did bother me. I'm like, are you kidding? She's the actual, I mean, you know. So I don't know what to say. One person posited that some people are CIA-ish